Hey, what happened Sunday? What do we need to do? It's all coming up next. My leftovers. Eagle Man 225 coming at you with another video. Hey, it's Eagle Man 225 coming at you with another video. Hey, it's Eagle Man 225 coming at you with another video. Hey, fly, Eagles fly. It's Eagle Man 225. It's the leftovers. A part of this segment, podcast, video, or just Eagles talk, we nitpick. Because sometimes we say, what, a dub ain't a dub, and feel it. Because you got to go out there, you got to go take care of business. And the leftovers is exactly what cost us this game. We didn't capitalize when it was time to capitalize. It was a turnover we should have came up with yesterday. 2. We didn't come up with any. And we should have. The defense, they did great. They was phenomenal in the first quarter, early second quarter. And then at the end, they let up a little bit, but that happens sometimes, you know. Bend but don't break. And sometimes you break. But for the most part, they still did exactly what they were supposed to do yesterday. The offense needed to step up and do what they were supposed to do yesterday. We left 10 points out there. We got a field goal blocked. Then we go from R3 all the way down to the 5 on the other side in one play, which I feel Watkins got held up a little bit on that play. But nevertheless, we was down on the 5. Then we got a call to get us down on the run and just went backwards. And you can't do that. You say to yourself, hey, Boston Scott's not playing. Why not just activate Jordan Howard? That's one thing you could do. Another thing you can also do is you could just put Goddard at fullback and just let him pound the ball in. It's only 1 yard. I'm pretty sure Goddard can fall forward for a yard or 2. We see him do it all the time. You can put Jack Stahl back there. You can put Ertz back there. You can put somebody back there, somebody with a little size on them, and just pound the ball in. But we didn't do that yesterday. From the 1 yard line, I would feel more comfortable with doing that 3-4 times than trying to run to the outside and do all this other shit we were doing that didn't work. Sometimes, well, yesterday we made it hard for ourselves. I almost want to call it not the leftovers today, but the devouring. Because we look like we devoured ourselves. We pretty much did. There's a lot of things we could have did better yesterday that we didn't do. It looked like, though, just to change subjects real quick, we locked up Josh Sweat for another 3 years. Brandon Graham is going to be missing for the rest of this year, looking like. I wish him a speedy, Hopefully he get healthy sooner than what they saying. You know, he could be back sometime this year, but it ain't looking like it. That's what they say. You know, but hopefully things could change. I'm just kind of upset. At the end of the game, yesterday in the fourth quarter, you see Jalen just kind of hey, I need to get the ball down the field. Hey, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this ball down the field. And that's what he did. It was like, you know, at will, he was just getting first downs, you know, 25-yard runs. We need to do that early. That part we need to do early. And I think that's kind of what we messed up in this game is that we didn't get Jalen going early in the game. Because when you get Jalen going early in the game, it kind of sets the other defense up where they just can't crash the sides. Like, they got to keep somebody, got to keep a spy on Jalen the whole game when he's doing it like that at the beginning. And it opens up more passing lanes to run more, a little bit more. We got to start running to the outside because that's what they're defending is the outside. We gotta stuff this ball on the inside, and we might, like I said, we might need to activate Jordan Howard. Boston Scott, maybe we can find a team that's willing to take him because we ain't using him. He ain't really been taking no snaps, so why just keep him on the roster if you're not going to use him? If we're going to have players on the roster, use them. I ain't seen Boston Scott get in the game yet. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen him. I ain't seen him take no snaps. I ain't seen him run the ball. I haven't seen him catch the ball. I don't even never remember him even blocking. Why are they wasting a roster spot? We did that last year. Haven't we learned anything from last year? You know, get Jordan Howard on the regular roster, or get a running back that can fall forward for a yard or two on the roster, or just get somebody. We got to do better than what we've been doing. That's what's been killing us. I mean, if you really look at it, even the field goals we was going for is because we believe we don't have no player that could fall for a yard or two, and that's just ridiculous. Maybe. I don't know if Joe Flacco could fall for a yard or two. I mean, he's a big guy. He's a long guy. I don't know. I think Jalen can. I think Jalen can go for a yard, could fall for a yard or two. Saying that we have a good offensive line that can push other linemen off the ball, we need to do that. I need to start seeing a lot more of that because I haven't really been seeing too much of that. That's why I think the play's been going a lot to the outside. I don't know if it's. I did see one play in particular that Kelsey was blocking, and man, the guy was just all in the backfield. And I think he ended up tackling somebody for a loss. I want to say it was Sanders or something like that for a loss in the backfield. We need to start getting dirty in them trenches. And we need somebody that's going to put their head down, square their shoulders up, and go forward. And say that's what I'm about. That's what's about to happen. And the person I do believe that could do that is sitting on the practice squad. Why? Again, I don't think nobody really has an idea why. Other than that, I really don't know if there's anything else I can really pick on. The linebackers actually did pretty good yesterday. The cornerbacks did. They wasn't too shabby. The only person to really eat us up yesterday was was Debo. He Debo'd us. Just Debo'd us. We didn't give up no long, no plays over 20 yards. I mean, at one point in the game, it was like 11 yards. This is the longest play of the day, was 11 yards. I'm like, wow, man, this defense is really different than last year, because probably during this time last year in the second game, we probably would have been giving up all fifth or sixth long, play over 20 yards. And yesterday we might have gave up one or two. And that's just for the season. And it wasn't like that was for touchdowns. I mean, they did set up a touchdown, but what Debo is what I'm thinking Reagor should be. Reagor's not a small wide receiver. He's like 200 pounds. And it feels like if somebody's playing off of him, just throw him the ball and just let him get some yards. All these screens we running, I don't think we should have ran no screens this game. I don't think we should have ran any, because they was ready for that. You can't go in every game throwing screens to receivers thinking, they're going to bust them open for big yards all the time. It's not going to happen. It's like you have to have a game plan to kind of offset something, your game plan from what you did last week. And then the next week, you can kind of slip some screens in there to see if it's going to work again. You don't go in there saying, they like the screens is what set us up last week. We got some good yardage last week off of the screens. All the screens worked last game. We got a touchdown and I don't know how many yards off the screen last week. So we should have been doing something else this week. Maybe we should have just been doing, I don't know, a lot of curls, and we should have done screens with the running backs this week more than the wide receivers. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this leftovers for this week. We can't be leaving that much meat on the bone. We can't. You gotta finish